Okay, so hopefully everyone can hear me in this video because my neighbor is next door mowing his lawn. But I just wanted to show everybody my example because I don't like you to do a project and me not to have done it first. So what I did was I took this cookie tray and filled it with all different kinds of flowers and greens, pine cones and things from my lawn. And actually from my neighbor's lawn, which I asked permission to do. And from there, I wanted to create something that was like Andy Goldsworthy, just like you are supposed to do for your assignment. So, tips before you get started: make sure you're not touching things you're not supposed to be touching, going into driveways, roadways, into neighbors' yards without permission. Also, make sure that you are not touching things like poison ivy. So if it has leaves of 3, let it be. Other than that, make sure you have permission to pick flowers from whoever you're living with or whoever's property it is. But these are just weeds and flowers that I found growing in my lawn and around. Little dandelion greens, dandelions, this little flower here that was just kind of growing in the lawn. Here's some fresh sage that I had actually just starting to sprout up for the spring. And like I said, there's pine cones, little tiny white flowers. So what I did then was figure out how to organize my project. And as you can see, it's kind of blowing around. Here is my finished project. I kind of started from the center because I like a radial design or a circular design, starting from the center and moving outward. I found 2 different types of pine cones, so you'll see these pine cones that are a little bit more open and some that are a little closed, and then the little fresh sprigs and dandelion greens that are on the outside. But as you can see, mine is already starting to do what he said, which is deteriorate, because like he said, it's a process of being and decaying. So I guess while I was doing this process, I really enjoyed it, but a frustrating thing for me was that the wind was then blowing things around and making it hard for it to stay. And since I'm a person who likes things precise and particular, it was kind of a frustrating experience for me, and you might also have that kind of experience. And then to answer the question about the process and how I feel about having something created that then will decay or go away maybe as soon as I leave, I guess my answer to that is I like to already make cakes, and so I'm used to that experience of having things disappear right after you make them. So they kind of bring beauty to the world and then they disappear. So it didn't really bother me, and the idea that this will be gone maybe in 3 hours doesn't bother me. But for many artists, they have the idea, they create art because they want to leave a mark on the world. So if you are one of those artists or one of those kinds of people who want to leave a legacy or you want to leave a mark on the world, this art might not be for you. But how did you feel? So when you respond to the second form and ask how you felt about the experience or about creating art and being able to walk away, I want you to tell me how it felt, and why don't you put in there maybe if you enjoyed the process. All right, it's been good to see everybody on Google Classroom, and we'll see you next week.